Welcome back. This is the third and last lesson recording for December 3rd, 2020. All right, so now we're going to try multiplying binomials using double distribution method. Okay, so far you know how to do the area model or the box method, but far better is the distributive method. So when you actually multiply 3x minus 4 with 4x plus 2, using the area model, you said that 4x plus 2 was the length and 3x minus 4 was the width. Then you multiplied 4x times 3x to get 12x squared, and then 3x times 2 to get 6x, and then 4x times negative 4 to get negative 16x, and then 2 times negative 4 to get negative 20. Oh, that's a typo there. Okay, so I'll need to fix that. All right, so, but with the double distribution method, what you're actually doing is as if you are just splitting those two rectangles apart. I mean, it's still the same area, okay, but you are splitting it apart and you are multiplying 3x to 4x plus 2 first, and then to that, you're adding negative 4 times 4x plus 2. So let me show you. So 3x minus 4 multiplied by 4x plus 2. So without the area model, you're multiplying the first term of the first binomial. We are basically multiplying this, the whole thing, to this whole thing. So instead, we can think of it as just the first term of the first binomial is being multiplied to the second binomial. And to that, we are adding, because we're always adding the area, right? We're adding the second term. Second term is actually negative 4. Okay, so the negative belongs to that number. So to that, we are adding the second term, which is negative 4, multiplied by the second binomial. So then you need to distribute 3x times 4x plus 2. It becomes, you know how to do this using the distributive method. 3 times 4 is 12. X times x is x squared. 3x times 2 is 3 times 2 is 6 times x is x, so it's going to be 6x. And then to that, you are adding negative 4 times 4x, that's negative 16x, and then negative 4 times 2, which should be negative 8, not plus 20. Okay, I will fix that. So then, oops, okay, and that's exactly what you had. And then finally, you had to combine the like terms here, and likewise, you have to combine the like terms here, and your final answer is going to be 12x squared minus 10x minus 8. So that's what you should have. But basically, you're using the distribute method, okay? So, and how many times did you distribute? You distributed once, and you distributed twice. That's why this is called double distribution method, or sometimes it's called full distributive method, or just distributive method. Okay, so and this is preferred to this because you're not going to see, when you go to higher math, you're not going to be doing the area model. It's just too tedious. You have to draw the box and you have to sort of multiply it out, and then you have to combine it. While as this is going to be far quicker and it's going to be less prone to mistakes as well. Okay, so this is the preferred method, but you do want to be familiar with this method as well. All right, so let's just do another quick example here. Okay, so let's do, all right, so this time we are multiplying negative x plus 4 by x plus 2. So the first thing we're going to do is find the first term of the first binomial. That's going to be negative x. And negative x is going to be multiplied to the second binomial, x plus 2. And to that, you're adding the product of the second term, which is plus 4, multiplied to the second binomial. and then you expand it out using the distributive method. Negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x plus 2 is negative 2x. And 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times 2 is plus 8. Again, we have some like terms to combine. Negative x squared, negative 2x plus 4x is going to be plus 2x plus 8. Okay, so negative x squared plus 2x plus 8 is your final answer. And as you get used to it, you are going to find this method to be much quicker to check your answers than the area model where having to draw your boxes and fill in all the numbers, then find your answer, and then coming up with your final answer. So at this time, I want you to pause the video and try these problems yourself. Okay, the answers are in 3, 2, 1. All right, so the first term, 4x, is being multiplied to the second binomial. And to that, you're adding the second term, which is negative 5, multiplied by the second binomial. And then you're expanding it out. 4x times 3x is 12x squared. 4x times negative 7, 4 times 7 is negative 28x. And then negative 5 times 3x. Negative 5 times 3x is negative 15x. And negative 5 times negative 7 this time is negative times negative is positive, so it's 35. And then from here again, I have some like terms, don't I? Okay, so there are no x squared terms, so that 12x squared stays as it is. And then negative 28x minus 15x. Negative 28 minus 15 is, okay, so that's going to be 3. Adding 8 plus 5 is 3. 3 times 1 is 43x, and it's going to be negative, and then plus 35. All right, what about this one? Okay, so again, you're multiplying the first term, that's negative x, multiplied to the second binomial, that's x squared minus 1, plus 6x squared minus 1. Okay, then you distribute them out. Negative x times x squared is going to be negative x cubed. Negative x times negative 1 is going to be positive x. Okay, and then plus 6 times x squared is going to be 6x squared. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Now again, we need to look for like terms. Do we have any x cubes? No. Do we have any x's? No. Do we have x squared? No. And do we have any more constants? No. Okay. However, this is not in standard form. Remember that in standard form, it has to be the degree, the exponent has to be in descending order. So I'm going to rewrite it as negative x cubed plus, now the next one is x squared, so 6x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, then for the rest of the class, you were to work on the Desmos class 18 all the way as far as you can go. And again, this Desmos activity is going to be graded. I am not necessarily going to expect you to finish all the way to the end, but I am going to expect significant progress. And I definitely want you to have some practice on this as well. So some of the cards are very, very quick. Okay. So, and basically it just makes sure that you fully understand what we are doing rather than um, just memorizing the mechanics of it. So that's what you're doing. And the Desmos cards are self-correcting. So I am actually not going to go through it right now. But you should be able to figure it out from there, as well as it might give you help on that as well. All right. So then, Okay, and the final thing we did was you're writing in the table of content. What do we do today? We multiply polynomials using distributive method. Thank you for listening.